Alright, we got the oil draining now. I'll make a oil change video another time. I want to get to this. Pop your oil cap so you can have air gushing in, and it'll help on your how quick your oil change goes. So while we're waiting on the oil and letting that drip, I'm going to bust the sprocket cover off and get your that rod is a real exposed area, vulnerable, I should say, to stuff like this. It's common if the bike goes down. Okay. Now, the sun's bright. I ain't gonna bitch about island sun though. Alright. That's the sprocket cover. That's gonna come off. Set at 100. Excuse me, damn. Set at 135 newton meters. It's one of the highest torqued bolts on the bike. This crush washer will have to be replaced for this operation. And you basically put it on and then peel it over like this so you don't get any slippage. Alright, so we're back. So while the oil is draining, I'm going to take this front sprocket nut off so we can get to the gearbox. Now this is a 36 millimeter set at 135 newton meters. So bring that washer back. I already broke this bolt, so this is your bolt. There's smooth side here and a part that bevels in. That part that bevels in is going to go to the inside, so on it like that. So get this off, and can't really see, but it's not just a washer, but it's splined. Has this whole gearing thing here is splined, so this has to get replaced. Anytime you touch this, new one of this. Here's what your sprocket looks like. This is the 18 tooth. Yeah, 525. I don't see anything marking it as far as the differences of what side's facing out, what side's facing in. Maybe there isn't a difference, but I like to put things back on the same way I take them off. The only thing I see, maybe it is something, maybe it's not. This is the first time I've taken a sprocket off with my bike, so I'm in new waters myself. But let's see if you can tell or not. You got a dot here, 18 tooth mark 525 here. One dot is here, and there's two dots here. So the one dot was facing out, so just good mechanic practices, but put things back on the way I take them off. So for me, just gonna remember one dot is out. One dot out. Okay, now that's how dirty the road gets. And this is 2 months. 2 months since I've had this off and cleaned it out. So okay. Well, next thing, we'll get our gearbox off here. And there's that nut right there that we would never get to if you didn't take channel. So, okay, let's keep going. Probably gonna be some oil coming out of this one. That's loose as hell. Holy hell, man. That didn't even break. I swear to God, did anybody do things thoroughly anymore? Jesus Christ. That was fucking finger tight. Oh well. Keep on working, man. Keep on working. Different things to get to the one thing you need to work on. So while you do that, it's a good idea to take advantage of little things like that that you can double check on. Okay. Now this here has this little clip that goes specifically to the second eyelet down, and it's kind of just a retainer for your pickup coil that's going to your alternator. Okay, we got a short one at the back corner. Here's a short one, and I'm guessing this one might be short too. Sure is. So your two top ones are your short bolts. All these bolts are not the same size. As I said, this is my first time I've dove into the gearbox on this bike, so. Alright, I'm gonna get my mallet. The other thing that's gonna have to get changed out is there's a gasket here. I'm not sure. I'm gonna take a look at it. I might just make the gasket. I might order it. Depends on what I find. Okay. Just found a good spot where I can get a little swing in. Right there. Tap, 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 tap. And it's slowly breaking. Here we go. Okay, got a lot of cleaning to do. Okay. Alright, onto the clutch side. Start by, I'm gonna get the Okay, I got the shifter off. I got a spare shifter I picked up a while back. But I get everything off and get it over to the workstation. I'll compare the shifters. Sometimes it's weird, man. Sometimes you can eyeball something and it looks fine when in actuality it's not. It's bent. So. But with that said, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this might be good. I don't know. We'll find out here in a little bit. But I don't know if you can you guys see this or not? Hold on a sec. Right there. That's bent. So that came in and bent over.
Daddy?
Alright, so we got the clutch cover off.
Okay, can
and this right here is going to have to come out. unfortunately I can't get my hands in here, so the clutch and then the flywheel is gonna have to come out.
Too big?
Yep, it's too big. And in case you're wondering, I got some technical expert standing over my shoulder.
Hey.
My 5-year-old's gonna help me take my clutch off. So you ready to get this clutch off, Liam? Don't kick the camera.
Okay.
We got people watching us, so do a good job. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
So this is called our clutch right here, and these are clutch plates.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get this off. So this is for a push rod. This is the push rod right here. And take that out. Alright. Now you ready, Liam?
Yeah.
Go ahead and get these 4 bolts loose for Daddy, please.
There's 4?
Yeah. Get a good grip on it. Okay. Other way. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Right there?
Yeah. Push down. There, you ready?
Yeah.
There you go. Keep pushing. Go. There's one.
Ooh.
Good job. Go next one. There you go. Ready? Easy. Yeah, okay, that's 2. Good job. Now 3. There you go. What comes after 3?
4.
4. There you go. Get it.
I was making.
Get it. All right. Now.
I was doing harder.
Yeah. Okay, don't get your pants in the oil. Okay. Now when you take this out, go bolt by bolt and keep an eye on it, because these are the clutch springs underneath here. So you want to take this out evenly. Okay. You listen to me too, little big guy?
Yeah.
No. Just put it in Daddy's hand. There you go. You want to get this last one?
Yeah.
Go ahead and get it. Okay, good job, dude.
Now?
And we got the assembly for the push rod,
Whoa.
bevel side out. And then we got our clutch springs. Definitely don't want to lose our clutch springs. They're really nice green springs. Okay, now Liam, look at this.
I don't like guns.
Hey, look how Daddy's gonna keep this. You're gonna put the bolts back in it, okay?
Like this?
Just like how we took it off. You put the bolts back in it. And then we're gonna put it in our tray. Look, you looking? And we're gonna put our springs right on top of it. That way everything stays the same and we know how to put it back on. Alright, so here we are. Clutch cover off. And I'm looking to get this rod out, but on this side there's a C-clip. It's right in there. And it's just a clip. So, but in order to get to that clip, normally, you know, you gotta take off your clutch, flywheel, you know, all this stuff just to get to a little clip. So, trying to get it with my Excalibur swords. Let's see right here, there's that clip. That's what I gotta get to. So if I can't get into it on that, then I gotta take everything apart. So, here goes. Alright, so I got the C-clip off. Say we get off, we'll find out if I can get it back on, because I think it was going to be easier getting it off than it will be getting on. We'll find out later though. Basically, this is the piece that's coming out. And if you get your eyes in on this, it's really easy to see how it's oriented and how it fits on. It's pretty much, you can't put it on any other way than how it fits in there now. So, but I can tell right now two issues, well, not issues, but items. One is the length of the bar or whatever. This assembly's got to come out to give us room. Second, I'm not sure if I'm going to have an issue getting this out with how it bent. So before I see if I got that issue, I want to be ready to go. I think we're going to run into an issue with that being bent. No. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna have to heat this up and see how I'm gonna attack this. Heat it up or cut it. Not a whole lot of choices. So. Alright, so this isn't coming through. It's bent way too much here. So I'm not gonna force it, so I'm still kind of work in progress. I'll break these off and try to make some room. Alright, so I got the foot bracket off to give myself a little bit more room. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Looking at the bend is almost right at the friggin' spline where the gear shaft actually notches into. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a try. So I'm gonna try heat, and if heat doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to cut it. And obviously, if I have to cut it, I'm gonna have to get a new gear assembly. There's part of me, if I can get this straight, especially if it's just right at the end, if I can get this straight, I'm gonna roll with this. Just cut up my own gasket for the gearbox and press. So let's find out. Okay, so we got a seat up here with a washer to a 2-eared spring. It's basically gonna give this tension to rock it back and forth like a rocker. So hopefully we can back this out and then send it out this way, because it's pretty bent on the other side and it's either heat or cut. We're definitely not getting it through this housing without damaging something. So something's gonna have to give. So as you can see, you got your C-clip, washer, pan to keep everything organized, spring, and we got come through or no? No. Try to take it apart. Ram chance it. Spring, two-eared spring I was telling you about, and then to a washer, then I get this, and we're stopped. Shit. Okay, send it through this way is not an option. From what I can gather, this mechanism here is a welded piece to the assembly itself. So, obviously there's only one way to take it out, and that's this way. That's heat or cutting. And then behind this mechanism is another C-clip. There. No. Okay. Be back at you later. Alright, so I was able to get it out. Here's the whole assembly itself. As you can see, it can only go out one direction because the undercarriage of this is welded. So I ran into a problem. I had a bent assembly that it could only go out through one part, and that's towards the brake pedal side, foot pedal I should say. So I used heat. Because I didn't want to cut right there in front of everything, and I was able to straighten it up enough to get it through. And as you can see, I don't have the most level workstation, so I'm using a straight edge here to give a comparison. Now, as you can see on that, this is real common vulnerability. Go on this side here. Sorry about being a one-man operation, but you can kind of see it there. It's just towards the end, right in here. So starts out about from here. So at the very end. I'll try to play with this, see if I can straighten it between a vise and heat now that I got the whole thing out and I can work with it and stuff. If not, it'll be about $100 to replace this. So I'm $100 into this, and then 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever, for oil. These are your pieces. This is that, I don't know what you want to call it, dog-eared spring or whatever. Washers and your E-clips. So that's it. That's the assembly. This is going to be a part 2. I'll come back at you at part 3 when I put the bike together.